Hello, and welcome to today's Friday training. We are talking about unlocking your potential, 3 powerful ways to feel more accomplished. I am Kiri, relationship coach for moms. Thank you for joining us for this training today. There are 3 different areas that we're going to cover in this training, and that is 3 easy to implement strategies to help you feel more accomplished, how feeling more accomplished can impact your relationship, and celebrating daily achievements. Why is that so important? All right, so let's get stuck in with our 3 easy to implement strategies. My first question is going to be, are you a person who enjoys to-do lists? Do you like to write down things and cross them off or whatever? If you are, this strategy will help you feel more accomplished and you'll be able to see more of what you've done. So step 1 is to get a notebook. Any kind of notebook will do. And brain dump into that book all the things that you need to do. This book will act as your to-do list and will save you having post-it notes everywhere, random lists in random places, okay? And it will help keep it all together. It will also help release the pressure of trying to remember everything. And you'll be able to see all the things that you've achieved. Okay. The second step is to highlight the tasks as you complete them. So we're not going to scratch them out because it's just not as rewarding for your brain, and it's just not as good. Okay. So this will help you be able to see all of the things that you've accomplished, okay? You can also do this kind of thing if you're, like I did have the planner and it worked really well for a long time, like the notebook, like I said, but now I do it inside of my planner. So I write all the things that I need to do, and then I highlight them once I've done them. And so looking back through all your pages in your notebook, you can see clearly. You can color coordinate it if you want for like different themes. So maybe you could have a yellow highlighter for the stuff around your house. Maybe you could have a blue highlighter for kids stuff. Maybe you have a pink highlighter for work, right? You could do stuff like that. And then you can see how many things you're accomplishing in different areas of your life. So that is strategy number 1. Use it in a notebook or your planner. The second strategy that I want to share with you is to schedule it. So a sense of accomplishment really comes from achieving what you set out to do. So if there's something you want to do and you're struggling to get it done, chances are you haven't prioritized it. You haven't decided when you're going to do it and how you're going to do it and actually done it. So this is where you can start to see a bit more progress, because you tell yourself, okay, I'm going to do it at this time. I'm going to set up 15 minutes to do this thing, whatever it is. Okay. So creating a plan and actually sticking to it, that will help you feel a whole crap ton more accomplished, right? Even if it's just a tiny little thing. Okay. And coffee, sorry. The last thing, and for this category, is to celebrate your achievements the same way that you would gratitude. Now, I'm going to assume that you've heard about a gratitude journal. Maybe you've even practiced gratitude yourself. I know I like to do it in my training calls to help us start our calls with a little more gratitude. So, how can you recognize your achievements? You can write them down in a gratitude journal, in a notebook, in your phone, anywhere you want. And instead of writing what you're grateful for that day, you simply write about 3 things that you've achieved that day. So it can take like 3 to 5 minutes and start acknowledging. So you can start off with maybe some like broad life things like, did you feed the kids today? Tick. Did you have a shower today? Tick. Did you make your bed? Great. Did you do a load of washing? Great. These are all things that you have done. So you can even list more than that, or you could get more specific. So instantly that helps you see more of the things that you've done and actually recognize, okay, so I am accomplishing stuff. Because if you're a stay-at-home mom, it's pretty easy to go through the day not feeling accomplished, not feeling like you've done a whole hell of a lot. But remembering what's actually important. Did you play with the kids? Did you laugh? Did you keep the house warm? Whatever it could be, okay? But then as you go on and maybe as you become more practiced, then you can start seeing more specific achievements that go towards your goals or your values or how you want to be spending more of your life. So what can you be doing differently, and what things can you recognize at the end of the day in terms of your achievements have you done that links back to your values, your progress towards your goals? Okay? So those are the 3 easy to implement strategies to help you feel more accomplished. Now, let's go to the next question, which was how a feeling of accomplishment can impact your partnership. Well, basically, it makes you feel happier, you feel more successful, more valuable, more appreciated, acknowledged, whatever those things are. If you have a positive attitude, if you are feeling good, if you've got those positive endorphins running through your body, well, that good feeling spreads to your kids, spreads to your partner. So if you are feeling more accomplished within yourself and you're feeling happier within yourself, that impacts all your relationships in a massive, massive way. And that is why we talk so much about self-care, about prioritizing your own needs, about the ice cream broccoli activities. Not broccoli. I've changed that to Brussels sprouts because I like broccoli myself. Anyway, side note. So that is why this is such a focus, because it has such an immense impact on all the relationships in your life. So we need to be doing more of that. And then the last topic that I wanted to cover in today's training is why celebrating daily achievements is important. Okay, so here are some things, some outcomes that come from celebrating your achievements. 1, it boosts your motivation and self-confidence. It cultivates a positive mindset, which we have already said impacts on all your relationships. It also builds momentum. So as you see all the things that you're achieving, you'll start achieving more because it's like a little machine that gets going, right? And so you will start off with small goals, small achievements, and then it will snowball into bigger things that are more focused on the goals and the direction that you really want. It also provides a sense of fulfillment, appreciating the present moment, okay, and shows that you're making progress. Positive mindset, habit of focusing on the positive aspects of your life. So thinking more about what you're actually doing instead of the things that you're not doing. Because how often do we think about, it's like we dismiss the things that we have done. Oh, yeah, sure, I fed the kids, but I didn't do this, 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 and this. But we need to focus on what we are doing, the things that we are achieving, and actually recognizing those things by writing them down, acknowledging them at the end of the day, like your gratitudes. Okay. Reduces stress and burnout. So you remind yourself that you are making progress, even when it feels maybe that you're not, and that you're doing meaningful work. Okay. If you are a stay at home mom, it is easy to feel like the work that you do with the kids is not important, when in fact it is the most important. But I know we struggle with having that external validation. So it just helps you feel more valued, that you're contributing to the household, to life of those that you love. Okay. Next, it also creates a positive example. So, as a mom, chances are you are trying to role model what you want your kids to have in their lives. So, if you are feeling more accomplished, if you're feeling more valued, if you're feeling like positive and that you're having an impact, they will see that as well, and they will start to acknowledge their own accomplishments, their own successes. And this is a nice thing that you could do together, right? So you could even sit down with your kids at the end of the day and say, okay, what have we accomplished today? Same with your gratitudes. Help set an example for your kids in that same way, so that they can start seeing all the things that the amazing things that they are doing on a daily basis, rather than again focusing on the negatives, which is what we often do. But we need to flip the switch and really be mindful and intentional to focus on the positives. And the last one is basically, it just helps to recognize your progress, knowing that you are making progress, and you can start setting goals and living more intentionally towards those. Helps you focus more on the journey and enjoying the joy that comes from basically your daily actions. Because remember, how we spend our days is how we live our lives. So let's be intentional. Let's focus on the positives and start recognizing those little things that are getting us closer to where we want to be, to living the life that we want to have. Okay. And then that in turn will help us have a healthy, balanced perspective on our lives, our accomplishments, our self-worth. All right. So I hope you have found this training helpful, and I look forward to chatting again next week about, let me just check what we were talking about next week. We are talking about mental clutter. All right. So I'll see you in the community next week. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and we'll see you again soon.